Yo, how we feeling, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be doing another challenge here on NBA2K20. What we're going to be doing today is rebuilding the worst team in the NBA. And what I mean by that is we're going to be starting up a fantasy draft, simulating through the first season, and whichever team ends off the season with the worst record, we will be taking that team and attempting to rebuild them in 3 years. If I do not complete and win a championship by the end of those 3 years, we'll have failed the challenge. So let's go ahead and try to win this one. Let's jump right into it. Alright, and before we get too far into the video here today, I just want to remind you, if you do end up enjoying the content that you see, make sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below. Let me know if there's more that you want to see. It really helps with the channel as I'm just getting started, and it is very much appreciated. So we're going to go ahead and simulate through the entire draft here, as obviously we're not going to be drafting anybody, and I will see you at the end of the first season when we will figure out which team will be taking over and which team is the worst team in the NBA. Alright, and here we are at the end of the season, and we're going to go ahead and find out which team we're going to be taking over here. Let's hop into the league standings, look for the Eastern Conference, and flip all the way down to the end. The Indiana Pacers are 27-55, but for whatever reason I get the feeling there's going to be a team in the West that is worse than 27-55, and there's a few teams, the Utah Jazz and the New Orleans Pelicans, but the worst team in the entire NBA is the New Orleans Pelicans with a 23-59 record. Let's take a look at the roster. They got Darius Garland, okay, Klay Thompson, Miles Bridges, Eric Paschall, Hassan Whiteside, Nerlens Noel, Tyler Herro. You know what? About this team, they've got a lot of young guys, so I honestly don't mind taking over this team. Darius Garland is good, like a good trade asset. Obviously, we're trying to go ahead and win, but I might have to trade Klay Thompson. I mean, we're probably going to trade pretty much everybody on the team, but Darius Garland is a young player with good trade value. Same with Miles Bridges, same with Eric Paschall, same with Tyler Herro. You know, Zach Collins should have some trade value. So honestly, I'm seeing a lot of potential here for some good trades. Let's go ahead and take over this team and simulate through the offseason and see what we can do. Shout out Steph Curry finally getting his finals MVP trophy, but with the Atlanta Hawks. Alright, and here we are in the offseason now with the Pelicans. We're just going to go ahead here and jump to the draft lottery. That's really the only important thing that we got, because obviously we should have the best odds here at the draft. Usually the team with the best odds does not end up with the #1 overall pick, but we can hope, because that'd be good for trading. And we do end up keeping the #1 overall pick, which is actually incredible. So that pick, obviously, we're going to go ahead and trade. We have only 3 years to go ahead and win this challenge, and I'm not sure that I want to be drafting a rookie. We'll go ahead and just sign a coach here. Yeah, so I think now what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and jump up to the draft and try to make a trade for our first overall pick. Alright, and for the first overall pick here, the trade that we're going to go ahead and pull the trigger on, I think, is this one right here with the Chicago Bulls to go ahead and get Kristaps Porzingis and Kendrick Nunn. I feel like, obviously, Kendrick Nunn is a young player with a lot of potential, so we can go ahead and probably trade him, so picking up another player to trade. And then Kristaps Porzingis, I would assume making him a power forward. Obviously, he can shoot, and, you know, when you change people's positions in 2K, especially centers to power forwards, their overall gets a lot better. I imagine that Porzingis could be at least a 90 overall if we went ahead and changed him to a power forward, so I think he might be the first player on our permanent team here. We'll have to go ahead and see after we make this trade official. Alright, and just as I assumed, making Porzingis a power forward makes him a 90 overall, which is beautiful. So now we got technically 2 90 overalls on our team with Klay Thompson and Kristaps Porzingis. And honestly, if we're looking to make a team of elite three-point shooters, we've definitely started off right here if we want to go ahead with Klay Thompson and Porzingis. So I think what we'll do now is just go ahead and move forward to free agency, see if we maybe can make some trades and potentially pick up a free agent to go alongside. I mean, currently we have 2 90 overall players, so you know, the idea of adding a third would be something for sure. Alright, I was just flipping through trades here, and I mean, Kendrick Nunn, Tyler Herro, and Musa, go ahead and pick up Zach LaVine and a first-round pick. Honestly, I didn't even got to think about that one. We're just going to go ahead and do that trade. And I feel like potentially, I mean, I know for a fact if we change Klay Thompson to a small forward, there you go, he stays the same, actually. Zach LaVine pretty much does the exact same thing. So, I mean, honestly, we might go ahead and switch Klay Thompson, and right now, I mean, 3 of the players on our team are looking absolutely deadly. Zach LaVine, Klay Thompson, and Kristaps Porzingis. I mean, if we get a decent point guard and center to play around them, I mean, they take up quite a bit of our team's cap, but I'm definitely enjoying that 3-man that we got so far. That could definitely be a championship 3-man right there. All right, and unfortunately, we weren't able to make any moves for anybody there in free agency. But moving forward with our team, I mean, Kristaps Porzingis obviously in player progression looks like he went up 5 overalls, but that's obviously just because we changed his position. Klay Thompson is saying he's basically technically an 89, and Zach LaVine technically an 86. But obviously, I think they'll be back up. Obviously, we still have a couple of our young pieces. We got Miles Bridges, Eric Paschall, Darius Garland, Zach Collins, Frank. I mean, we have a bunch of young pieces still. Actually, pretty much the rest of our team that we don't necessarily need to hang on to are young pieces that we can go ahead and trade away. So let's just go ahead and simulate up here. I mean, we'll do this training camps, but I will see you guys at the start of the season where we're going to be making probably a lot more trades because we're trying to probably gun for the playoffs right away. The sooner that we make the playoffs, the better of a chance that we have of finally actually winning the NBA championship and not failing this challenge. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so here we are at the start of the NBA season, and I've just been flipping through trades here, and we got this one, Darius Garland, Eric Paschall, and 2 first-round picks. So we're giving up quite a bit, but bringing in Derrick Rose, both these, and Daniel Theis as well, both these guys on cheap contracts. Yeah, they are one-year contracts, but this will kind of fill out our starting lineup for the rest of this season. We didn't have a point guard or a center in terms of our starting lineup. Now we have these 2 guys, so we're going to go ahead and pick these guys up and keep looking for more trades. All right, and the next trade that we're going to go ahead and make here is trading Frank Ntilikina and this first overall pick to bring in Richaun Holmes. I think this is a good trade. Richaun Holmes will actually become our starting center, and then we'll have Daniel Theis coming off the bench. Right now, obviously, what we're just trying to do is kind of lock down the bench and make sure that when our bench unit comes in, our team's not actually going to absolutely shit the bed. All right, and I think, considering we're bringing in 2 good players, I think this might be the last trade that we're going to go ahead and make, is this one here for Norman Powell and Kendrick Nunn. Bring back Kendrick Nunn to the team, and all we have to do is trade Zach Collins, Brazdeikis, and this first overall pick swap with the Lakers, and then Amir Johnson, who wasn't going to be getting minutes on our team anyway, 71 overall. Yeah, and bringing in 2 backup guards. I mean, Norman Powell potentially will make him a backup small forward, and then he'll run those minutes as well. And yeah, honestly, I'm liking this. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what the team might look like, see if we need to make another trade, and if not, get into the season after that. All right, so here's what the team is looking like right now. We got Derrick Rose starting at point guard, obviously 85 overall, Zach LaVine 86, Klay Thompson 89, Kristaps Porzingis 91, and Richaun Holmes just an 82, but he's just our center there. And then we got Norman Powell, Miles Bridges, Daniel Theis, Kendrick Nunn off the bench. I mean, the rest of our team is trash, but considering injuries are turned off, I mean, I don't think anybody else is going to be needing to get minutes anyway. So looking at the team that we have, I mean, considering our last guy off the bench is Kendrick Nunn, I mean, I'm really happy with the team that we're looking at right now. I mean, I feel like it could definitely be stronger, but I honestly think we should just go ahead and start simulating this season. I mean, I like what we have here. So yeah, we'll get simulating, and unless anything goes horribly wrong, I'll probably see you guys at the All-Star break. All right, and here we are, man, at the All-Star break with a record 33-15. I couldn't be happier with how the season is going so far. And here for the All-Star teams, we got our boy Kristaps Porzingis, now a 3-time All-Star. Nobody else made the All-Star team. No Klay Thompson, no Zach LaVine, but at least we got one guy up there. Our highest overall player is an All-Star, which looks good for the team. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and keep simulating through the rest of the season, hopefully. All right, and here we are at the end of the season with a 55-27 record. Extremely happy with that. Looking at the season awards, Luka Doncic wins MVP, unsurprisingly. James Wiseman, Rookie of the Year. Dennis Schroeder, 6-man. Kawhi, Defensive Player. And Marvin Bagley, Most Improved. And Dwayne Casey, 59 wins. So there was a team. I mean, the coaches didn't change during the fantasy draft, so I'd assume it's the Detroit Pistons over there in the Eastern Conference with 59 wins. So there is a team in the league that's better than us. I mean, I probably could have expected that, but wow, we are not even the first seed in the West. The Minnesota Timberwolves are with the exact same record. Okay, so that doesn't seem too bad for us. So let's flip over here to the season stats and see who is really showing out for the team. Kristaps Porzingis, 23, 11. He's got 2 blocks a game as well. Zach LaVine putting up 21. So these 2 guys really are scorers. Then we got Klay Thompson doing what he seems to do best, be a third option and a lights-out shooter, I can only assume, shooting 46% from 3 on the year. Then Derrick Rose putting up 15, and Miles Bridges off the bench, actually. Richaun Holmes is not there, even though he's our next starter, putting up just 9 points a game, but also 8.5 rebounds and just over a block a game as well. So yeah, really happy with the way everything went this season. Not too much that I want to change. I mean, we'll just go ahead and update the minutes and make sure nothing changed too much. I mean, I'm sure it's all the same guys getting minutes throughout the season. I'm not sure why Brandon Knight went up overall wise, because he hasn't played an NBA game since the 18-19 season with the Houston Rockets. So here we are, looking good. I just realized Kendrick Nunn shot up to our 6th man, now an 82 overall, and he put up 10 points a game in the season. That's great. I don't want to change anything. Let's just go ahead and simulate this first round against the Portland Trailblazers. I know the sim goes decently fast on PC. I'm quite new to PC, but I'm just going to try to go ahead here and not have anything to go too quickly. And look, that's exactly what it did. We lose in the first round to the 7th seed Portland Trailblazers. That sounds like 2K for you. An unsuccessful first season, but I guess we'll just go ahead and simulate the rest of it. I mean, that's just going to happen because it's 2K simulation, but that's why it's a 3-year challenge. Alright, so here we are at free agency, and obviously the big name free agent this season, or this off-season, being Giannis Antetokounmpo. I can't imagine there's any way that we're going to go ahead and get Giannis. I mean, I wouldn't want to trade away any of our big contract guys because it's not a guarantee that we'll get Giannis. And we don't have... I mean, we have a bit of money, but not enough to sign anybody for real. And actually, I've just realized that we probably have some guys that we have to re-sign. Daniel Tice, Norman Powell, and I saw Kendrick Nunn as well. So I think we'll just try to re-sign our guys and run it back for the season because I was happy with what we did, and we still have a lot of young guys who are getting better. So, I think we'll just try to run it back with the same team this season. Alright, well here we are after free agency and at player progression, and I cannot lie, that did not go well at all. We lost quite a few pieces. We lost Derrick Rose, we lost Rashawn Holmes, we were able to keep Kendrick Nunn, even though I was worried that we were going to lose him as well. But now we have Kendrick Nunn, who's going to be our starting point guard, and Daniel Tice will move up to be our starting center, and then I had to bring in Boban and Patty Mills. So no, we're going to have to go ahead and definitely do some trades once the season gets back to starting up. And as you can see, our roster is not even full, so we're going to have to sign a bunch of random guys. Honestly, that did not go so well, but we're definitely going to make a couple trades, and this team will be in tip-top shape before the season begins again. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into trades here, because honestly, there's no point in wasting time. The first thing that we're going to do here is trade Miles Bridges and his first overall pick and go ahead and pick up Colin Sexton. I'm going to switch him over to a point guard, and I think he'll be starting at the point guard, because obviously we need to go ahead and fortify our starting positions first before our bench looks too good. So yeah, we're going to do this pickup and see what it looks like with Colin Sexton as a point guard here. We switch him back, and he only goes down by 1 overall, so we can go over here to the coaching game plan. We got Colin Sexton, Zach LaVine, Klay Thompson, Kristaps Porzingis, and Daniel Tice. I do not really want Daniel Tice as our starting center. It's not ideal. It's not terrible, but it's not ideal. So we're going to see what we can do. I mean, the bench still looks... Okay, no, the bench does not look very good. Patty Mills and Boban are both still here. So we're definitely going to go ahead and trade both those guys, but we might have to make the bench look a little bit worse overall, in order to make the team look better. I mean, we're going to be exploring trades probably for, maybe not Daniel Tice just because he's our center. Well, maybe we can explore trades for him and like just make him an upgrade for him, but we're definitely going to be exploring trades for Norman Powell and Kendrick Nunn as well. So I will see you guys next time that I have a good trade offer set up. Well, you know what they say. It's go big or go home, baby, and we are going as big as we possibly can. 7'5" Taco Fall, who has not played a single minute of NBA basketball. We're getting him. We're just trading Daniel Tice for Taco Fall straight up. I don't know if this was the move, but we're going big. We're going big. Taco Fall is going to be our starting center, getting 27 minutes a game when he's never played in the NBA before. I'm excited for this one. Our Taco and Kristaps, 7'3" and 7'5". Nobody's going to dare come into the paint on this team now. Alright, and we're going to go ahead, and unfortunately we're going to have to trade my guy, Norman Powell. Being the Toronto Raptors fan that I am, you know, it hurts to trade away my boy Norman Powell, longtime Raptor, but we're going to go ahead and have to do it, trade Norman, this first-round pick, and Patty Mills. I don't care about Patty Mills. And we're going to go ahead and bring in Bogdan Bogdanovic, who I think I'm going to go ahead and switch to a small forward, because I think his overall might get a tiny bit better, and then Jeremy Lamb as well, to just kind of replace like that backup shooting guard spot that we're losing in Norman. So we're going to go ahead and make that trade. Let's go over here to roster. change, who was it? Change our boy Bogdanovich to a small forward, and he goes ahead and gets 1 overall better, now an 82. And now if we take a look at our team, we got Colin Sexton, Zach LaVine, Klay Thompson, Porzingis, and our big boy Taco. Then off the bench, we got Bogdanovich, Kendrick Nunn, Jeremy Lamb, and then Boban. So if we go ahead and just go ahead and, if we just go ahead and trade Boban Marjanovic and some picks, I think we can go ahead and grab a solid, probably we want a big man, we got a point guard, shooting guard, and small forward, so we can grab a solid big man off the bench. I mean, you know, we all love Boban, he's a crowd favorite, but in terms of 2K, he's just 75 overall, and that's not going to cut it for a team that's looking to win a championship. So we'll go ahead and attach Boban with just a, far away first overall pick, and I'm sure that we can find a decent big man. If not, I mean, I can always try to just make my own trade. We'll just do 1 more first overall pick. Honestly, at this point, our picks don't matter all that much. But it doesn't seem like anybody's going to want our picks. I mean, we are a good team, obviously. But it doesn't seem like anybody wants anything. So I'm going to try to, you know, formulate my own trade. And I will see you guys in a second if I'm able to pull something off. And you know what? I spent a bit of time looking around for a trade. But I decided, you know what? We're keeping Boban. We're keeping Boban. We're going to keep him. We're going to give him 11 minutes a game coming off the bench. We're sticking with our theme of just pure, ridiculous big man height. We've got Kristaps Porzingis 7'3", Taco Fall 7'5", and off the bench, Boban Marjanovic listed at 7'4" here. Yeah, nobody's going to be coming inside our paint anytime soon. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and run with this team, and I was looking at it too. Obviously, we got Colin Sexton is new, but Zach LaVine got even better than last season. Klay Thompson stayed at an 89, which is cool. Kristaps Porzingis got a little bit better. So overall, you know, I think our team's a little bit similar, but yeah, honestly, I like what we're doing with the team, and we're just going to go ahead and get simulating, and unless something goes really, really wrong, I'll probably see you guys towards the end of the season. Alright, guys, it's Christmas Day, and something is really, really wrong. 11-17 is our record, and that's just not going to cut it if we're trying to win an NBA championship. I don't know what's going on. Colin Sexton is putting up, wow, Colin Sexton just somehow carried over his production and is putting up actually really great numbers. Zach LaVine's playing well. Klay Thompson not quite playing as well as he was before. Kristaps Porzingis the same deal, but you know, he's bearing most of the load, although shooting at 7'3", shooting 43% and 35 from 3, which is just not great at all. Taco, I mean, what can we expect? Taco's a rookie. Bogdanovich is playing fine. Kendrick Nunn is playing fine. Jeremy Lamb maybe underperforming, and Boban. I mean, what else can we expect from Boban? I don't exactly know what I want to do with this team, but I feel like we have to make a major change. Chemistry is turned off, so that won't affect anything too much. I don't know why I'm thinking about trading away Klay Thompson, because I feel like Klay Thompson's probably the last person I should be thinking about trading away. But I don't know. I'm just gonna. Nobody's safe, really. I'm just gonna explore a bunch of trades and see what I can do to try to make this team better. Alright, well, guys, I've been sitting here for a while trying to find out the right trade to make, and as much as it pains me to do this, I think I'm gonna go ahead and have to do this trade right here. It's 2 first-round picks, but again, like we said, the picks don't matter all that much. But we're trading away Klay Thompson and, I mean, DJ Augustine, who I didn't even know was on our roster. Bringing in D'Angelo Russell and Serge Ibaka. Now, we need a center, but we're losing a small forward. This trade might not make sense right now, but I'm going to go ahead and make the trade and then show you guys exactly what I was thinking making this trade. Alright, so after that trade, here is what the team is looking like. So, a lot of position changes. I went ahead and changed Colin Sexton back to a shooting guard, because I knew that he would get better as a shooting guard. I changed Zach LaVine to a small forward to fill the gap that Klay Thompson left, and he stays the exact same rating. I changed Serge Ibaka to a power forward, because I knew he got significantly better. We wouldn't have an 80 overall in our starting lineup still. And then Kristaps Porzingis, I changed back to a center. Even though he got 3 ratings lower, he's still an 89 overall. He's still a great player. So our team has really been shaken up, especially the starting lineup, but now D'Angelo Russell at a 90, Colin Sexton 86, Zach LaVine 89, Serge Ibaka 84, and Kristaps Porzingis 89. I'm significantly happier with the way the starting lineup looks here. And then when we head to the bench, we got Bogdanovich, Kendrick Nunn, Jeremy Lamb, and Taco Fall. And we no longer have Boban, unfortunately, so we don't really have that crazy tall, you know, big man duo and slash trio that we had going on before. I mean, we still got tall guys, but yeah, now we don't have a single person 80 or below 80 overall in the entire lineup anymore, in our entire 9-man lineup. And I'm a lot happier with the way the team looks now, so I think we're going to go ahead and simulate to the trade deadline, and hopefully the team can turn our 11-17 record currently around. Fingers crossed that we can have a positive record by the time we get there. Alright, and here we are just like a month and a bit later at the trade deadline, and 25-26 is now our record, so we do not have a positive record, and we have lost probably more games than I thought, but since we made that trade, we're significantly better as a team. Honestly, I don't know who to thank for that. If we go ahead and look at the player stats here, I mean, Kristaps Porzingis is still leading the team like he was before. I guess bringing in D'Angelo Russell really helped. Who's the other person we brought in? I don't even remember at this point. Serge Ibaka was only putting up 8.5 points a game, but I mean, hey, something has definitely improved for the team, so we're just going to go ahead and let it ride. I'm really happy that the team's turning it around, and hopefully, I mean, we might be a lower seed in terms of playoff placement, but I think we're definitely going to be a danger dark horse going into the playoffs, so let's jump ahead to that. All right, and here we are at the end of the season with a 44-38 record. Again, not as great of a record as I was hoping to have this season. Definitely not anywhere as good as last season. But yeah, honestly, we're probably still a playoff team here. I'm not really interested in who made or got all the awards there. But yeah, we are still a 5th seed, and honestly, I think we're going to be a bit of a sleeper team. If we jump back here and look at player stats again, everything's looking pretty much the same. We have 3 20-plus point a game scorers, and then Colin Sexton right under there, who's 17 as well. So we are just an offense team. Honestly, if we go ahead over here and look at the standings and just focus on points per game, I mean, we're not even as dominant as I thought. I thought we'd arguably be the best offensive team in the Western Conference, but we are 5th place, which is not as good as I thought it would be. And looking at points against, we are actually the 2nd worst defensive team in the entire... Wow, the Nuggets suck. 125 against per game. That is awful, especially for a team that managed to win 33 games. But yeah, I mean, I thought that would be a little bit better, but I mean, I'm not upset with 5th seed. I wish the season had gone a bit better, but let's just go ahead here and start simulating. I mean, last time it didn't go so well when I just started simulating, but I'm just going to try my best to go 1 game at a time here. And it's working so far. We are now 2 games up, 3 games up, and it seems like not a clean sweep, but a 5-game victory over the Lakers. And yeah, we're moving on now to play the 1st seed OKC Thunder. And this is a team that I'm definitely going to want to take a look at. Oh, right. Giannis, that guy. Okay, well, that's definitely not good for the team. He's averaging 34, 13. This Giannis Antetokounmpo is almost averaging a triple-double through that first season, or that first series, and he's shooting 40% from 3 and 67 from the field. It's over. We're not beating Giannis. That's not Kawhi Leonard. That is not... It's over. Giannis and Kawhi. Who? How? Who? That's Lonzo. They have Lonzo, RJ Hampton, RJ Barrett, Kawhi Leonard, Marvin Bagley, Giannis, Kevin Huerter, OG Anunoby, and Robert Williams. This team is ridiculous. In this game, in Game 5, they beat the Grizzlies 155-117. And the Grizzlies had Jokic. That's Kevin Love. That ain't Dwayne Wade. But oh my god, we're done. This series is over. We take the first game. We take this. There's no way. There is no way. There is no... We just beat a team with Giannis and Kawhi. I'm genuinely in shock. I have no idea what just happened. I am completely and absolutely in shock, and now we're going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I don't know what to do. Our team is just so hot right now. Never mind. Okay, so we beat Giannis and Kawhi and Marvin Bagley and RJ Barrett. We beat a team that was incredibly cracked. And now we're going up against, I mean, it is the 2-seed Minnesota Timberwolves. Who is on the Timberwolves? Bradley Beal. That's the Mavericks. Timberwolves. Ben Simmons. Okay, Ben Simmons is kind of a cheat code in 2K, even though I don't think... I mean, I think Ben Simmons is a fantastically talented player. Not this good, but Ben Simmons, Jaren Jackson, Evan Fournier, Jordan Poole is a 79. Montrezl Harrell, okay. Nasir Little, and I see Jared Allen down here. So, I mean, this team is decent, but not Giannis and Kawhi decent / good. They beat the Suns in 6, and they swept the Mavs, and now we're down 3-1. Let's just go ahead over here to coaching and kind of jazz up the minutes a little bit. D'Angelo Russell, Colin Sexton. I mean, everything's the same, right? So, I don't know. We'll just take a couple minutes, I guess, off the guys on the bench. Feed them to our better guys here. D'Angelo Russell, Colin Sexton played well this season. Zach LaVine. I mean, Serge Ibaka needs a couple more minutes, and then Porzingis can get the rest of those minutes. And I don't know, man. We're just going to go ahead and let it ride and see what happens. Let's just simcast the rest of these games. We're just going to let it go. We're just going to sit back. We are in Minnesota, and it looks like we're going to take this game. Oh, it's close. Oh, my God. We're only up by 1. And wow, that simulated so quickly, but we ended up winning that game by 1 point. I want to jump all the way over here and look at game log. Okay, they were down, and Simmons made a dunk at the buzzer instead of shooting a 3. Obviously, Ben Simmons ain't shooting a 3, but all right, well, we got away with that game, luckily. Let's go ahead. Now we're back home in New Orleans, taking this one. We lose the first 2 quarters, and we are down by 23 in the 4th. It would take an absolutely insane comeback. We're only down by 7. We're only down by 3. We're still only down by... We're up by 2 with 1 minute and 20 left. We're up by 1 with 12 seconds. I just clicked to jump in, and I just realized my PC absolutely hates watching NBA 2K games. I mean, last 3 times that I tried this, my PC has crashed. Not my PC has crashed, sorry, but my game has crashed. So, I mean, we're going to go ahead and see if we can watch this game or not. But there's a chance that my game will crash after we're done watching this. So please, if you're watching this video, fingers crossed, and pray for me and my PC. Well, while I wait for this game to load, this is the perfect opportunity to say, and here we are. I was just going to say, leave a like on the video if you are still watching at this point and you've enjoyed so far. Sorry, I just got to go ahead and flip off of choose sides. And if you can see, I'm just going to go off of there. If you can see how... Oh, I don't want to watch from this camera angle. I'm sorry, I'm making all these changes last second. I don't know why it's on that, but okay, we're good. As you can, if you can tell, it's a little choppy. My PC, oh my goodness, that was lag. I don't know what just happened there. It's still our ball with 12 seconds left, but yeah, my PC does not love watching games. So yeah, I'm really nervous. I'm nervous that it is not going to work out too well, and that my game might crash. And I don't know what that'll mean for this series, but hey, we're going to go ahead and just watch out the rest of this game. Wait, Ben Simmons just fouled out. That foul that just got committed, Ben Simmons just fouled out of the game. I mean, I guess technically they're probably going to need a 3-pointer, and they don't want Ben Simmons on the court if they're taking 3-pointers anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. But that looks really good for us. I just realized we are not winning the series, but we can push it to a Game 7. Okay, let's go, D'Lo. Sink this one, buddy. We're up by 2. We're up by 3. 10.9 seconds left. Minnesota's got the ball. I don't know who Whitney is. There's Jonathan Simmons. They're going to have to get a 3-pointer here. This Whitney guy just put up a 3-pointer. Almost made it. Kristaps grabs it, and D'Lo is going to go to the line. So, honestly, I'm not even going to let this game end. I'm going to go ahead and sim to end. Yes, please. And we should win that game, and hopefully it won't mess anything up for us. I mean, I'm really nervous now. Like, somehow if they came back, I would probably cry. And no, and we did win the game. So we forced a Game 7. The New Orleans Pelicans were able to force a Game 7 in year 2 in the Western Conference Finals, right? We're in the Western Conference Finals. So hopefully, and my game didn't crash. This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. We have 1 game left, Game 7. Everything's been going well. We just got to go ahead and simulate this game, and hopefully everything works out. It is a close game back and forth all the way. We're now down by 12, and it's not looking good. We're down by 8 with 3 minutes left. We're down by 10 with 1.5 minutes left. And that's going to do it in Game 7 after making what seemed like it was going to be a crazy comeback in the Western Conference Finals against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We lose, and it's the Timberwolves and the Knicks in the finals. The 8-seed Knicks. The New York Knicks. Oh, with Zion Williamson, who's popping, and Kemba Walker. Okay, I don't know how this team... Cassius Stanley as well, BJ Boston. I don't know how this team would have been the 8th seed, but wow, they made it all the way, and the Timberwolves end up winning. If we had won that series, we could have been NBA champions. That would have been it right there. So, I mean, there's no point in sitting around and complaining about it. We're going to go ahead and simulate through. I'm going to simulate to free agency. Hopefully we can keep this entire team together. I like the way the team was playing, and if they got the chance to play together the entire season, you know, I think we would have won a championship, no question. So we're going to try to keep this team together and quickly go through the last and hopefully a championship season. All right, and here we are at free agency, and we have to keep Zach LaVine, Colin Sexton, Kendrick Nunn, and Jeremy Lamb. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and offer them all stupid money because I have them all on bird rights, and I'm not worried about our... Oh, right, I can't offer another contract. I'm not really worried about the future of this team because this is the last season and we need to keep everybody together. I have no problem renouncing rights on all these guys. Taco, I would hopefully not have to renounce rights on. But, I mean, we're going to do what we have to do if we're trying to keep the rest of these guys. Let's go ahead and offer Jeremy Lamb. I mean, I don't know why I switched it to 2 years because it doesn't matter. But we can go ahead and match these two offers for Colin Sexton and Kendrick Nunn. That's beautiful that we don't have to worry about their contracts. And let's just hopefully we can keep all these guys. If the message pops up and says you're not able to keep one, I'm going to be pissed. And it didn't. It didn't. So now all we have to do is try to sign Taco Fallback, which doesn't look like he's affordable to us, but he is still out there. I honestly don't know that I want. I mean, I'm not going to risk not having a backup center. So, ooh, Costas. No. I mean, I'm not going to risk not having a backup center, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign, Marc Gasol, championship caliber guy. So we're just going to go ahead and do that because we can't risk not having another backup. I mean, we might just make a trade if that is what we have to do to bring in somebody. I know we can definitely pull off a trade. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to skip up here to player progression. I mean, there's a chance that we keep Taco, and we did. There you go. We went ahead and kept Taco anyway. So Porzingis just went down to a 90. That's because we changed his position, because at the start of last season, they thought that he was a 92. So, yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, D'Angelo Russell, Zach LaVine, Colin Sexton, Bogdanovich, Taco Fall, Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka went down to an 82, but I'm not too worried about that. Kendrick Nunn, Jeremy Lamb. And, I mean, technically we still have Boban and Marc Gasol, but they're not going to be getting minutes anyway. And Diego Sanchez, the 56 overall god, is obviously still on the team. So, yeah, we were able to keep the team together. Let's just go ahead and simulate up to the start of the season. And fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, fingers crossed that we can pull this off. All right, and here we are at the start of the season. This is the all-or-nothing season. D'Angelo Russell, Colin Sexton, Zach LaVine, Serge Ibaka, Kristaps Porzingis, Bogdan Bogdanovich, Taco Fall, who's now an 83 overall and our 7th man, Kendrick Nunn, Jeremy Lamb. Everybody knows what's up. They all know what's happening. Let's go out there and win a championship for Marc Gasol so we can retire a 2-time champion. Let's go, baby. All right, and as we simulate here up to the All-Star break, we suck. We suck really bad. So let's just look at All-Stars because we suck. 25 and 23. I mean, we're above 500. I see Kristaps is still an All-Star, and nobody else on our team managed to make an All-Star team. But we suck. In terms of a team trying to win an NBA championship, a team that was one game away from the NBA Finals last year, and we're 25 and 23. I don't know what's wrong with this team. D'Angelo Russell, Colin Sexton. I mean, let's look at their stats. D'Lo is putting up slightly better stats than he ended with last season. Colin Sexton is back up to his 18.7 points, which he has somehow managed to average like 3 out of the 5 seasons, more than 50% of the time he's been in the league. Zach LaVine, I mean, he's taken a little step back scoring-wise. His assists and rebounds are a tiny bit up. His scoring percentages are good. Serge Ibaka, I mean, he's taken a step up from last season. Kristaps is still doing his thing, rebounding a little bit less, but his shooting percentages are back up to looking really nice because they were poor before. I mean, everybody's doing their thing. So I don't know why. I mean, Taco's down to an 81. But we got Jonathan Simmons, apparently. Anyway, everybody's doing their thing, so I don't know what is wrong with this team. I think the team is as good as it's going to get, so we're just going to go ahead and simulate through the rest of the season. And hopefully they can turn it around. I mean, that's 3 losses in a row. This is pretty much what we've been dealing with the entire time. Actually, are we about to go below 500? No, not quite. But, yeah. We might not even make the playoffs. It is a serious... We're below 500 now. And we might not even make the playoffs, and I don't know what to do about that. I mean, at this point, we're just going to ride out the rest of the season because we're right there, and we are not going to be a 500 team. I can feel it in my bones. And we're not going to be a playoff team. What is that? 2 games left and losses. Ben Simmons wins MVP. 36 and 46. This team that just was 1 game away from the NBA Finals finished 36 and 46. I don't care about that. We 7th seed. 36 and 46, and we were still the 7th seed because the Spurs were 1 game worse than us and the 8th seed. We're playing the Timberwolves, the team that took us out last year. All right, it's redemption. It's redemption. Last year we were the 5 seed with not even a terrible record, and this year with a bad record we're the 7th seed. So only 2 seeds worse. I don't know what to do. We're just gonna do what we did before. Let's just go ahead and strip away a couple of minutes from these guys. I mean, Kendrick Nunn and Bogdanovich are still really good, so I don't even know if that we want to do that. But Porzingis a couple more minutes. He's been playing really well. Colin Sexton a couple more. D'Lo a couple more. Yeah, honestly, let's give one more to Porzingis. And let's just run it. D'Angelo Russell, Kristaps Porzingis, Zach LaVine, all of our guys, basically. If you can go ahead and pull this off for us, that would be incredible. We need this. We need this to save the challenge. We're down 1-0. We are down 2-0. We're down 3-0. Well, it looks like this is going to be the end of the team. The end of the video. We're going to go ahead and simulate through this game. It looks like we're going to take... No. Are we? And we didn't. We got 4-0 swept by the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that is going to go ahead and conclude the video. If you did enjoy, make sure you click the like button and comment down below. Let me know that you made it here all the way to the end of the video. Comment just sad faces. Because, yeah, this was a sad video. I thought this would go a lot better. Yeah, but make sure that if you are watching and you have made it to this point, make sure you leave a like and let me know if you do want to see another video similar to this. I was thinking about doing the same thing, but taking control of the best team, like the team that wins the championship after a fantasy draft, and flipping their entire team, trading every single player. So if you are interested in seeing that challenge, then make sure you leave a like. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.